Hello, Dr. Rabis and classmates. The following is a brief video describing how service research can be used to help improve the field of law enforcement. Service research and the growing need for service-related knowledge are helping organizations establish differentiation and fuel growth, as well as becoming an increasing global focus in various academic fields, according to Ostrom, Paracerman, Bowen, Patricio, and Voss 2015. Service research has growing interest all over the globe, and varying priorities in service research have emerged, according to Guber and Reynoso 2013. It will also help improve the well-being through transformative service and measuring the impact and optimizing service performance, according to Ostrom et al. 2015. Although law enforcement is not typically thought of as a service industry to some, it still provides a service to both the community and society as a whole. Some key priorities of service research include strategic priorities, design delivery priorities, value creation priorities, outcome priorities, and cost-cutting priorities, according to Ostrom et al. 2015. Within each of the broader categories are subcategories, including understanding organization and employee issues related to successful service, using big data to advance service, enhancing the service experience, improving the well-being, and leveraging technology to advance service, all of which could be related back to law enforcement. Service research also needs to evaluate how it relates to those considered the bottom of the pyramid of service, including the low-income segment, and how they are affected by services as well, according to Ostrom et al. 2015 and Guber and Reynoso 2013. Law enforcement is tasked with protecting and serving their community and encounter their consumers in both positive and not so positive encounters throughout their career, according to research by Hamill 2014 and Cordner 2017. They are tasked with serving all community members. In some areas, this will include those in extreme poverty and those in the top income brackets, all in the same community. Law enforcement is often the ones individuals come to when they are facing scary situations, but also the ones tasked with taking individuals away that are harming others or that are breaking the law. Citizens may have varying perceptions of law enforcement based on their own experience of those they know, or what they see in the media, which can impact how they view the officers or the departments, based on research by Service Development Service Groups 2018 and Peterson 2013. Strategic priorities, according to Ostrom et al. 2015, include understanding the organization and employee issues related to successful service, which law enforcement is needing to address. Individuals have an innate need to fit in, but a conflict can occur when individuals try to fit in who are not part of the in-group, according to research by Peterson 2013, Nicholson Crody et al. 2017, Rosenbaum and McCarty 2017. Black law enforcement officers are not typically the majority demographic of police officers, and the differences between them and the typical demographic can create a cross-group threat that can cause difficulty when trying to create a relationship with their partner and impacting their work, according to Anderson and Papazoglou 2014. They also report feeling less support from the organization than the white heterosexual male police officers, based on research by Hassel and Brandel 2009. Law enforcement agencies can utilize the data on Black law enforcement officers and the issues they are facing in the departments to make changes that can make them feel more supported, have less cross-group threat, and allow them to be better officers, as they are not having to deal with other issues on top of just the stresses they have just by putting on the uniform. Design delivery priorities include 3 subtopics, including using big data to advance service. Ostrom et al. 2015. Big data can help to provide additional information that can help law enforcement agencies understand the conflict between the community and the department, develop a relationship between individuals they serve, and uncover opportunities to provide new services or for the service innovation. In communities where there is tension between police and the community, they could benefit from the big data to develop a program that reduces tension. Some communities have created a community program aimed at changing the narrative some youth have toward police, creating repairs in the relationship between the youth and the police, and build trust between the community and police, such as one in Canada, based on the research by Leroux and McShane in 2017. Identifying a need in the community through big data can allow for a program to be created in communities, such as community policing program or strategy, to enhance the service police provide to the community and rebuild the trust that may not exist due to stories or experiences the community members have experienced. Another priority in the value creation priorities, with subtopics including enhancing the service experience, based on Ostrom et al. 2015. Enhancing the service experience can create positive consumer experience, as well as generating customer engagement and managing and measuring the impact of the customer community. And law enforcement encounters with police are not always thought of positive, especially in some communities. Lyons 2015. It can be useful for police to examine how they interact with the community members and explore how they can reduce some of the negative that may surround those encounters, such as being aware of cultural dynamics, using respectful communication, and creating experiences in the community that are not always negative. Outcome priorities is another service research priority, include improving the well-being through transformative service, Ostrom et al. 2015. Improving the well-being includes evaluating how service systems affect societal well-being, improving government public services to improve well-being, and designing services for the vulnerable consumers. Low-income youth often have the most contact with police, which is not always viewed as positive. Developmental Service Group 2018. Some that are struggling to provide food, clothing, shelter to their family may turn to breaking the law to provide those basic needs, causing them to encounter law enforcement in a not-so-positive way. Improving the well-being of the community members can be achieved through creation of a program supported by local law enforcement agencies to meet the needs of the most vulnerable to help keep them from experiencing negative police encounters. It can also create a bond with and trust with officers, as they see them as not someone that's ruining their family's lives, but as someone who's given them an opportunity. The last key priority is cost-cutting priorities that include leveraging technology to advance service, Ostrom et al. 2015. This priority can include utilizing social media as a new form of value creation for the agencies and customers, accelerate the adoption and use of technology-enabled services, and creating service-oriented architecture to facilitate intra- and inter-organizational integration. Law enforcement agencies have begun to use Facebook and Twitter to interact with communities, sharing valuable information, give out important information such as missing children or street closures. They can also adopt technology-enabled services such as body cameras to increase transparency to officers and protect both community members and officers. They can also use technology-enabled services to interact with their community, such as better 911 services that will allow them to respond to emergencies, allow for tracking progress on cases, or to build trust with the community as they are transparent with their actions. If community members can trust officers or begin to trust them, the officers in the community may be able to work together to reduce crime and increase security for all members. If law enforcement agencies were to adopt the priorities outlined by Ostrom et al. 2015 and were aware of how the actions could also impact the community members at the bottom of the pyramid, Gebauer and Reynoso 2013, they could help to begin to help improve the services they offer to the community and themselves. Officers have needs as well as the members of community, which could be attended to if they care to improve the relationship and services provided. Times have changed. Technology is a key factor, but research cannot overlook the impact service has on all eligible members of the community. Thank you.